teams, my personality, how intense I am about the game of football, and there's no pressure to this. It's coming out here, playing my best ball, being the best person I can be, just like I've done the past 3 years at ND, and just keep doing that. I'd say my receiving. Look, I can block anybody you need me to block, but I feel like my red zone, my third down, I can really go up and get that ball. I can make contested catches, and I can really route people up, I feel like. And so I can have that connection with that quarterback also. He knows where I'm going to be. He knows how I'm going to run my route, and I know where that quarterback's going to be putting that ball. So we'll see. We'll find out. I'd have to go with another 87, man, Travis Kelce. The way he runs his routes, the way he does his thing, man, it's like no other. He's expanding the tight end game greatly, and so I'd got to go with Trav. Got to meet him last summer, great guy, and just to watch him, watch film on him, see how he plays his game. He's tremendous at the tight end position, and he's doing amazing things for the tight end position too.
What do you think is your greatest takeaway from Notre Dame, and how are you going to treat some of that in the NFL?
My greatest takeaway would probably be my leadership. Look, man, I was a captain last year. We started out 0-2. We didn't really know what to do. We had a captain's meeting. We said, look, what do we need to change? And the answer was we're not going to change anything. We're going to stick to our standard, stick to our execution, same amount of periods every day. We're just going to keep working hard. We're going to keep a positive mindset. We're going to positively communicate. And nobody's going to walk in this facility hanging their head. Nobody's going to complain, things like that. And that's what we did. We kind of turned the season around, and I feel like we had a pretty positive season. Oh, gosh. Right now in the present, I'd go Travis Kelce 1. I'd say Gronk 2. And Tony Gonzalez, I never even really got to watch. And I got to watch Gronk and Travis Kelce a lot. So I guess I'd put him at 3. But I know he was a baller, man. I know he did his thing for the tight end position. So. Going back to a little bit to what I said before, look, I'm going in there and being myself. I'm intense about the game of football. I love the game of football. And so for me, it's going in there and not trying to be any fake person, not trying to be anybody else, explaining how I play the game of football and how I attack the game of football, how I prepare for the game of football, things like that. So it's all been about just being myself, man, and showing these coaches, showing these scouts just how much I love football and how I prepare for the game of football. Say that again. Yes, sir. It went well. I think it went very well. Like I said, man, I've just been trying to go into these meetings and show these coaches what type of person I am. I love the game of football. I love to attack the game of football. And all these formal meetings, I believe, have been going very well for me. In terms of... Yeah, I got to work on my blocking technique. There's no doubt about that. I feel like this past year, it's something I definitely took a jump on. I started working on it way more than I had my freshman and sophomore year at the University of Notre Dame. And so at this point, it's just going to keep getting better. My technique's going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep learning things from veterans. I'm going to keep learning things from coaches that have been around the game 20, 30, 40 years. And so at this point, it's only up for my blocking. I have. Yeah, Bills, they're a great organization. Obviously, they got one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now in Josh Allen. And so really, it goes back to my point before, man. It's just trying to be myself, trying to show these coaches what type of person I am and does it fit their culture, does it fit their team. And so that's what I've been trying to do. I think it went very well. I've watched him for sure. Great player. Big red zone threat, I think he's a great player, and it would be cool to play with him. I think it'd be cool to just go against him too. I already have. It was formal. Yeah, great coaching staff, man. There's no doubt about that, and I think it goes back to my point before, just trying to show them what type of person I am. Does it fit their culture? Does it fit their people? Does it fit the standard of what they're trying to do there with their program? It's exciting, man. He finds ways to get you open. There's no doubt about that. He finds ways to get you open. There was a million different ways that he got me open, as you can see, really the past 3 years. Slips, overs, shallows, and really this past year I really started kind of going downfield more, getting some balls coming my way past 20, 30 yards, and so he can do that too. Yeah, we had a great offense this past year. We really turned it around after that 0-2 start, and so yeah.
Obviously, you had a huge coaching change your last year at Notre Dame. Can you speak to how you went through that process?
Yeah. So I got a new tight ends coach also by the name of Coach Parker. Great guy, knows a ton about the game of football. He actually just got promoted to OC at Notre Dame. So it was really cool for me to be able to spend 1 year with him and, have a little bit of success, and then obviously for him to have success to be able to go be an OC. And then Coach Freeman, yeah, it was awesome. It's not easy coming in like that and being a first-year coach like that and, going through 2 quarterbacks in a season, and then the hurt one comes back and plays in the bowl game, and you win the bowl game. It was cool to be able to be in those captains' meetings with him, man. He's a great guy and a great leader. And he was a DC before I got there, or before he became head coach. So it was cool to see him go from DC, me going against him a little bit in practice, and then him being the head coach and sitting in those captains' meetings with him. He knows how to lead. There's no doubt about that. He attacks with a positive mindset every day. You'll never see, much negative stuff coming out of his mouth. So it was great to be able to, be in that captain's room with him and really just, see how he thinks. It would be awesome. Joe Burrow throwing me that ball, man. Look, he's a national champion. He's taking his team to the Super Bowl, and so obviously I'm trying to win ball games, man. I'm trying to go to the NFL. I'm trying to win ball games and win a Super Bowl. So yeah, I want to be put in a good position for sure to be able to have a good quarterback throwing my way, be able to win some Super Bowls and things like that. So growing up 15 minutes from Houday Stadium, man, it would be awesome. There's no doubt about that. I think it's an advantage for sure. Look, my past 3 years, I missed one game total from a strain growing, and I think to be available like that is fantastic. And so, staying injury-free, playing my game the way I want to play my game, I just feel like that's what I got to keep doing. When I came in as a freshman, really good tight end by the name of Tommy Tremble, who plays for the Panthers now. That's my guy. Talked with him a little bit, FaceTimed with him a little bit, just asking general questions like, look, how were the meetings? How were the formal, informal meetings? What did you kind of do to prepare? Things like that. And he helped me out tremendously. And that's my guy. And I can text him whenever I want. I know that. And I can call him whenever I want. He can give me any type of feedback. So it's been great to have him in my pocket, man. Brock Wright, who was also, playing for the Lions right now. He was there when I was a freshman too. And so, what the University of Notre Dame is about is guys like that helping out. And, when I get to the league, anybody on that team can call me. They know that. And I'm going to help them out too. So that's what Notre Dame's about. Yeah, a little bit what I was talking about before. We started out 0-2, and we didn't really know what we were going to do. What we did is we sat down and we said, what do we need to do here? What do we need to change? And the answer was, look, we're not changing anything. We're keeping the standard. Everybody's going to come in here with a positive mindset. Nobody's going to complain, mope, things like that. And we kind of just attacked every day as singular, like, don't worry about the future. Attack every day. Come to practice with a positive mindset. And that's what we did, man. We really didn't change much. We just started winning some ball games, and we kind of turned the season around. I don't care what anybody. I'm just trying to play my ball, man. You can compare me to whoever you want. I love Bijo. He's a great guy. He's a great safety. And really, man, I'm just trying to go out there and play my best ball. I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody. But George Kittle's a baller, obviously. So it's a compliment, that's for sure. But go ahead. I've met him once. I think the one thing he told me was to network as much as possible at the University of Notre Dame. That was his advice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was his advice. But great guy, great to meet him. Met him at a dinner. Oh, great relationship. He's signed to Athletes First. I'm signed to Athletes First. So we've been around each other, man. We know the same people. We had a great time at tight end U in Nashville this past summer. Just another one of those Notre Dame guys, man. Every,
What would it be like to play with him with the Chicago Bears?
It'd be sweet. There's no doubt about it. That dude's a baller. He knows how to block. He knows how to receive, things like that. And, at this point, it's not about me deciding, it would be cool to, play with this guy or it'd be cool to play with this guy. It's about, what team wants me, and I'm going to go to that team and try to play my best ball. That's what this is about. I think I can do anything any team asks me to do. I can be in the backfield and I can block, man. I can be a fullback and block. I can be at the end. I can be out by the numbers. I can be in the slot and run routes. I can do it all, man, and that's really how I feel. And I think there's a lot of teams here that believe the same thing. Yeah, I have a little bit of joke. I just tell people it's how I was born, because it kind of was how I was born, man. I just grew up like this. My intensity about sports, I played a lot of basketball growing up, and I think just my intensity and my, a little bit, you could say, controlled anger, controlled madness about the game of football. I don't try to change for anybody. I attack the game of football like I do anything else in life. And so I had a great two parents that raised me, learn about respect, dignity, things like that. And so I've kind of just been, taking life things and taking football things and kind of combining them this past, 4 or 5 years, and it's been working out well for me. I don't think any part of my game is. My favorite route's got to be a sail route against man. I feel like there's nobody that can cover me in a sail route against man. Definitely one of my favorites. Say that again. I think it was details, man. I think it was details. I think it was coming in and really focusing on, look, your foot should be going here, your hands should be going here, instead of just saying, yeah, you got in front of the guy, you blocked him. I think it was about what do you need to fix in terms of the detail world in your routes. Look, you need to go 2 more steps here because you got to go 3 or 4 more yards. You can't cut that short. If you cut that short, the defender's going to pick it. He's going to get a hand on it. Things like that. So we've really, really been focusing on details in the tight end room this past year. I think it'll translate tremendously. I think he knows a ton about the game of football. Look, he's been around football a ton. He played in college, and I'm excited to see what they can do there. They got some weapons there, that's for sure, and it's going to be fun watching them this next season. My growth. Look, my leadership has got tremendously better. Coming in as a freshman, like I said, I learned about leadership like guys from Tommy Tremble and Brock Wright and things like that. And so over the years, I've kind of learned, I learned things, but then I've kind of put my own twist on them, so to say. So it's been awesome to be a leader, and I learned from great leaders, and so I've kind of just taken things from them, maybe put a little twist on it here and there, and things like that. I have met with the Bengals, yep.
What's your earliest NFL memory?
My earliest NFL memory? I don't know, man. I remember being a Bengals fan, and I remember Ocho Cinco and TJ Houshmandzadeh and boys like that just going out there and doing their thing and having fun playing football. And I just remember thinking, they look like they're having fun out there, man. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to go out there, play the best football I can, and have some fun doing it. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. These teams know how I play football. They know I can play football. I know I can play football. I know what I can do. These teams know what I can do. So I'm not worried about what anybody's saying on the outside at all. I have.
You talked about playing basketball a lot growing up. Was that ever the dream, or was there a moment when it pivoted from basketball?
Yeah, I think probably 8th grade year, freshman year, I kind of switched from basketball to football. It's because I got a bench press in my basement, started lifting, man. I lost my jump shot. I couldn't shoot worth anything. So I played football my freshman year, played middle backer and tight end, and, man, I kind of just took off from there. Got a little bigger, got stronger, got faster, things like that. I think the first thing it did is resilience. Because, look, man, you play sports your whole life, and what's one thing that's kind of the main theme throughout all sports? You don't want to lose. And so playing basketball at an early age like that and playing competitive basketball at an early age like that, when you lose, man, it's the worst feeling in the world. So I think it's just a little bit of resilience in that sense, like a little bit of competitive spirit that taught me and kind of rolled it over to football.